happy Thursday. I know, usually it's happy Monday, happy Friday, right? Thursday's a happy day for me because it's my short day at work. I don't have to sign on until 8 and I sign off at 12. I only work a 4-hour day on Thursdays. I have to work an extra hour Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I still get my 40 hours in. But I still look forward to my Thursday. I like it. I did do an extra hour today, though. We have been inundated like crazy, and we're down a person, plus we need a person. So they've been giving us overtime, and I've been snagging it up. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about work. So I left my house, obviously. I hear myself sometimes, and I just shake my head. So I went to Panera, and I grabbed my lunch to go. I still got my tea. Got to have the tea. I really do drink tea. It's not a prop. I drink tea. I won't get on that soapbox. I got the salad pocket. Am I saying it right? I'm going to say salad pocket. If I'm wrong, I'll run it along the bottom. It's new at Panera Bread. And I've been eyeballing it like, I don't know. And today, I decided to try it. It's only 450 calories. It does come with a bag of chips, and that's a separate 150. But still, that's not bad. Not bad. It depends on, well, now, okay, to get that for lunch will depend on what you're going to have for supper and whether that's bad or not. We can talk about diets another day. I'm not going to get on that. I can go down that rabbit hole and never come out. Excuse me. My God. Here I go again. I swear, I was not having this issue until I started talking to you. It's cold and rainy. Feels like fall. I have on a sweatshirt and a hooded sweatshirt that we now these days call hoodies. We call them hoodies, whether they're a regular sweatshirt with a hood or a sweatshirt fabric that zips up the front with a hood. They're all called hoodies. This could be regional. I mean, it's not like I travel the world checking this out. When I was younger, back in the day, they were called hooded sweatshirts. Regular sweatshirts with the hoodies were called hooded sweatshirts. And these ones here with the zipper up the front, they were called sweatshirt jackets. So, yeah, you know, tomatoes. Dungarees, jeans. Living room parlor. I could make a video just on that. Some of the differences are regional, but some of them are also generational. It's interesting. I've always been interested in that kind of sort of thing. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I wasn't even going to make a video today. I was thinking, I'm just going to make a video once a week. And it'll be showing my latest project. Or if I don't really have anything to show, but I just feel like chatting, I will hit that button and ramble on for 30 minutes to an hour, saying absolutely nothing. But you've been warned. Anyways, it's kind of sort of like that today. I don't really have a lot to talk about. I'm just sitting here in my car. I just ate my lunch. Oh yeah, I was saying, the salad pocket is the half salad. You can pick between, I don't know, I forget, a couple of different ones. And they just put it in a French bread style pocket. It's a pocket, so it's not going to come unwrapped on you and stuff. I took the poppy seed fruit salad one, whatever that's called. Again, I'll run it along the bottom because I'm sure I'm getting it wrong. It's so delicious. It is so good. It's got fruit in there, strawberries, orange slices, blueberries, pineapple, and then, you know, the usual vegetation as well. It's delicious. It's actually better than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, anyway, if you haven't tried it and you like Panera, or you have a Panera near you, give it a try. And no, I am not affiliated. I'm just sharing the good news. So I got my knitting. I didn't bring my sweater. I should have brought my sweater. I'll show you my sweater. I'll show you my sweater. I'm looking at the time. I was going to say I'll show you my sweater when I get home. But if I spend too much time talking here in the car, I'll show you my sweater in the next video. I got a lot done. Last time I showed you, oh God, you know what? Because I lost my channel, and this is a new channel, now I'm not going to remember what I've already told you or not. The last time I showed you my sweater, which you may not know about because I don't know if it was on my last channel or this one, fuzzy floating. I had just separated for the sleeves, and I had about this much done, I think, if I remember right. Well, now I got more like this much done. So it's trucking along. I'm just doing the body now. Yeah, so I'll show you that. But for right now, in the car, I brought my cowl. Oh, I forgot about these. I dropped them in here. I bought these at Yankee Candle the other day for my car. One's Coconut Beach, and the other one is Vanilla Cupcake. Those of you that have been with me for a while, I used to be really into, you'll remember, I used to really be into candles and wax melts and stuff. And I always loved the bakery scents the most. The candles that should have calories but don't. Yeah, so I wanted something for my car. So I grabbed two because they were on sale. This says $6, but they were $3. They were on sale. So I grabbed two. I figured I'll put one in my glove box so I already have my second one when that one runs out. So let me throw that in there. And then I got the coconut one I think I'll put on now. I like these ones because they look like the little jars, like the candle jars. I don't like the flat ones that look, they're made just like those horrible trees that people use. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. People probably use it and you're going to be like, why, what's the matter with the trees? What are you saying? I'm saying they look tacky. Get something else. That's what I'm saying. Especially on your rearview mirror. Like, don't do that. I was a toss-up. They also had the ones that stick in your vent. I couldn't decide. But I like the little jars. I just think they look cute. So I grabbed that. If I can get it out. I'm going to throw it in my Panera bag. There we go. I don't want it to be angled. Can I get it to... Well, how's that going to hang? Oh, that's all right. See? It's going to be on my rearview mirror. Looks just like a little candle jar. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, so I'm still recording. I'm getting sidetracked by shiny things. Okay, so anyway, that's not what I was going to show you. I've been working on my cowl, and I don't remember if I don't remember where I was when I showed you. Usually I like to put in a stitch marker wherever it is when I show it in a video. And then that way, the next time I show it in a video, I can show exactly how much I got done, but I forgot to put it in. So I'll do it now though, so that next time I can show you. I'll put it in when I get home. My little bag that I have, my Notions bag, it's on my coffee table. It's not in my bag. I'm just a mess. I'm just a mess. So this is what I have so far. It's coming along. This is what the ball of yarn looks like. I like the way the colors, oops. Like, what the hell am I doing here? Oh, don't breathe. No one breathe. Okay. You can breathe now. Breathe! Oh, I kill me. I like the way the colors like blend from one to the other and they become something totally different. It's looking better to me now. At first I was counting my stitches. I'm like, that looks awful small. But now that I'm further away from the beginning, see, it's starting to look more, stretch out more. Because I showed you in my last video, I showed you what they look like once they're done. They're not like, you know. So, I ordered some, I gotta stop, but I ordered some flexi flip flexi something. They're not here yet, but they have been shipped. They're en route. Addi Flexi something. I can't remember. I have knit for small projects in the round. Years ago, I'm going to say a few years ago, but I'm so bad with time frames. I decided I wanted to start knitting in the round. I was tired of knitting everything flat. And I tried, first I tried Magic Loop. No, first I tried double pointed needles. It was like wrestling with an octopus. That was not going to happen. It did eventually, but I'll get to that. So I tried Magic Loop. Oh my God, I thought it was the greatest invention since sliced bread. Look, I knitted in the round. Oh my God, it was perfect. No laddering. Awesome. I can actually do this. Oh, I was so excited. I made a ladybug baby hat with Intarsia. I forgot about that hat when I told you the only one I've ever done was the Snoopy sweater. No. That hat had ladybugs around it. I forgot about that. I have to see if I can find that pattern again. It was really cute. Anyway, but then that was a fluke because then when I tried it again, it didn't work. Like I had ladders, I was pulling. I did learn that trick when you're knitting in the round. You don't bother pulling tight that first stitch on the new needle. The one that pulls is the second one. So like I know how to do it up here. That's not, things don't always translate from here to here. I worked it out so I could do it, but I really didn't like it. I didn't think it looked that great. That first one was definitely a fluke. So then I went back and tried double pointed needles. They were fumbly. I got used to them, not too bad. And they worked great. No laddering, nothing. Except for socks. Once I got down to that thin yarn laddering, I had such a hard time with it. And I found them, even though I got comfortable enough with them to use, I was never really happy with them. And I always found them kind of fiddly. And I tried doing it both ways with the 3 needles and the 4 needles. I tried both ways. Yeah, so something I can do, but I don't enjoy. I stopped making socks. Then I tried for socks the 9-inch circular needle. That's my favorite. I do like that. And it didn't bother my hands up until, I don't know, like the last couple of years. And for some reason, I'm starting to feel it. I feel all kinds of crap as you get older. And as much as I like most of the sock with the 9-inch needle, doing the heel, I did it, came out fine, but I was not happy. So I said, forget it. You're not enjoying making the socks, and don't make the socks. I have my double pointed needles for when I reach the top of a hat, I transfer from my circular to the double pointed to finish up the hat. No problem. I don't know what happened to me. I always made mittens in the round. Well, since I had started knitting in the round, you know what I mean? No problem. Then I tried to make a pair of mittens one day, and it was on double pointed. And I found it so fiddly and so frustrating, I just didn't. So the next couple of pairs of mittens I made, I knit flat and seamed them, which I know to some of you, it's like, oh my God. But some of the older knitters aren't going to think anything of it, because back in the day, we knit everything flat and we seamed it, and it's perfectly fine. But it bothered me that I did that because I had to, you know what I mean? I was watching Mark Vogel. Am I saying his name right? Vogel, V-O-G-A-L. I don't know. I put his link. I was talking about him in my last video too, and I put his link below. I'll run his name across the bottom here. What was he doing? He wasn't a sock knitter. I didn't think he liked making socks, but then he got these flexi flips, I believe they're called. It just came to me, and I could be wrong too. And he made a pair of socks with them. I'm intrigued. So I started watching some YouTube videos on these and watching how people show how they use them and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. That could be the answer. It's kind of like Magic Loop as far as you got half of your project, and then I'm not saying it right. You get the two halves of your project instead of having it on the 3 or 4 needles. So it's almost like Magic Loop, except that you don't have the Magic Loop issues. It's just different. It's kind of a cross between the two, say. I'm excited. So I went ahead and ordered a pair. I ordered them in a size, no, I ordered 2 pairs because, you know, when you don't know if something's going to work out, why not order more than one? Anyway, don't go there. Pam does foolish things. I just feel so excited for them. I just feel good about them. I just feel like how can they not work? I know, famous last words. So I ordered a size 7 because that's the size needles I use for my mittens. And I ordered a size 8, or is it 9? I think it's 8 for closing my hats. Yeah, I'll let you know when I get them. I'll let you know what I think. Do you use them, and what do you think? I'd like to make more mittens. I stopped making so many mittens just because it wasn't fun anymore. The pattern I use, well, in the pattern gives the instructions for fingerless mittens or full mittens, but you don't really need a separate pattern for fingerless mittens. Just stop knitting, you know. But yeah, because I like both. I like fingerless mittens. I like fingerless mittens mostly. But when it's like really bitter cold out, or I'm going out to shovel or something, then I want a full mitten. Yeah. I have seen that I have comments. I'm not ignoring you. I am going to go in. I'm thinking tonight. If not, it'll be by the end of the weekend. And I will have responded because I don't want to fall too far behind. Not that I have a lot right now, but why wait until it's crazy, right? By the way, thank you to everyone who has come and subscribed to me, to my new channel. I also tried to think of people who I know watch my channel because they comment and stuff, but they may not be on Facebook or Instagram because I posted on those two places to let people know that I have a new channel, that I lost my old channel and all that. But I know there's a couple of people, probably more, but a couple that I know of that's not on Instagram or Facebook, but they found my YouTube. A couple I've known since my loom knitting channel, like forever. They're going to find me gone. I feel so bad, and I don't know how to get a hold of them. So if you know anybody, a lot of you know each other. So if you do know people who watched me and you're not sure they're on Instagram or anything, please let them know. I feel so bad. They're going to be like, oh my God, she just left. But no, I didn't. In my first video for my new channel, and I posted and let everybody know, hey, this is my new channel and everything. And there's a section where you can do, it's kind of like hashtags, keywords and stuff. And I put in the name of my old channel, Pam's Craft Room, just in case. Maybe if they do a search, it might pop up or something. I don't know. But I did that, thinking, well, even if it doesn't help, it can't hurt, so put it in. So I'm just sitting here listening to the rain, watching the water, watching the birds, just sitting here. I ate my lunch already. I got my tea. I'm going to knit a little. Just relaxing, just vegging and doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's nice to sometimes do absolutely nothing. I think we're so hard on ourselves, like we feel like we always have to be being productive in some way. I don't know. I want to practice not being productive. we need to practice that more. What else was I going to talk about? I have a notepad at home that when I think of something that I might want to talk about, I started jotting it down in there. But then I decided to make a video in the car. You know what I should do? I should put it in my knitting bag. That way I have it with me no matter where I go. So I just work tomorrow, and then I've got my weekend. I don't have any plans. No plans. But that doesn't mean anything. I very seldom plan things out ahead of time. Back in the day when I was actually married and had a hubby and little kids, I remember waking the kids up in the middle of the night. Because me and my husband decided in the middle of the night to take a trip. And we would just go. It's funny because I remember growing up, I remember my parents doing that. That's probably where I got it from. Excuse me. So, I mean, sometimes I decide I want to do something. Of course, I'll plan on it. But most of the time, I just decide when I get there what like Saturday morning, I'll wake up and say, you know what I feel like doing today? Call my friend, hey, want to go for a ride? Sure, where? I don't know. So I don't know. I was checking the farm near me. When exactly is blueberry picking I feel all of a sudden I feel like picking blueberries, but that's not until I forget. I think they said June. So that's okay. I'll be there in June. I want to get a couple of shirts too. I know that sounds crazy. Let's go to the farm and buy a shirt. You know what the thing is? They got the farm, you know, where you can go pick things, and they got the animals. You can go see the animals and that kind of normal farm-like stuff. But then they also have inside the building, you can buy, you know, gift shop type stuff. Plus they have their homemade jams, things like that. But they also have shirts, t-shirts, sweatshirts. I don't know what you'd call it. They also have the one, and I've got one at home. You've seen me wear it. It says Palais Farms on there. I was never one to buy shirts or anything at a farm or somewhere like that. Not for any reason. I'm not against it. It's just not something I've thought to buy there. But I went there once with my friend Darren. He was my co-worker, and we became friends, and we'd hang out after work and stuff. He turned into a backstabbing little dweeb. So we are no longer friends. Seriously. Never mind. You know what? I'll make a separate video. I'll spill the tea. I'll tell you the gossip. I don't care. But that'll be a separate video. Anyways, he bought one. And he's like, no, these are really soft. I love buying these, you know. So I grabbed one. I'm like, oh, well, let's see. Let me tell you something. That's one of my favorite shirts, and I wear it to death. It's a little lighter than a sweatshirt, heavier than a t-shirt, and it's got long sleeves, like a heavy t-shirt with long sleeves. Jersey, kind of heavy jersey, whatever. Anyways, I just love it, and it's great for the in-between weather or when it's just cool. And it's so soft. It's like really a comfy shirt. So I was thinking next time I go back, they're closed now. I gotta wait for them to open, and then when I go to pick my blueberries, I love picking my blueberries there. They are so big, and they are so juicy and sweet. They're sweet. Like, I really like them. So I figured I'll grab a couple more of those shirts in different colors. Get excited over shirts. Look at me. My life is so exciting. I mean, I really should be making YouTube videos because everything's just such a whirlwind. Anyway, let me tell you something, guys. If I had more money, it would be, because I love to travel and everything. I used to travel a lot when I was with my husband and all of that. We drove across the country. We drove up to Canada. I didn't travel the world, but let me tell you something. I know my country and parts of Canada. Yeah. And then I left him, and I was a single mom, and we didn't do anything because, well, you know, eating kind of came first and paying the rent. Then as the kids got older and I got a decent job and, you know, things got a little better, then we could start going on weekend trips and little things like that. And I still do today. I go on my little weekend things. What was wrong with that? Oh yeah, if I had the money, we would be traveling, and I would be vlogging about it, and it would be awesome. However, I don't. Now, if I have any wealthy viewers out there and you'd like to see me do that, by all means, we can make arrangements for finances. I'd be more than happy. My email's and I put my email for this channel in, I don't know, the section where your email goes. I think you click about. Is it where I say about? That little thing you see, it shows some links, and then about, where you can say a little thing about your channel. And I think there's a thing that says show email or something like that. I created a separate email account purposely for this channel. Just in case any wealthy viewers want to help fund me. I'm looking for new friends. There are openings. Oh my goodness, guys, right? I just hang out with you. Seriously, you're not, there's nothing really interesting here. It's just me hanging out and chatting. Too bad you can't see my knitting. I'm actually knitting. That's the only thing about being in the car. You can't even see what I'm doing because of my steering wheel. You know, here I'll do this. Whoops. I knit English. Do not give, where are you? Do not give me any crap. Oh, that reminds me. There was a reason I turned this on. Just saying that reminded me about giving me crap over knitting English. I was sitting here eating my lunch watching YouTube. And for the 13 millionth and 27 times, I saw people talking about the Sophie scarf. And talking about the controversy, semi-controversial business around it, which I don't think it's really controversial. No one's saying the pattern sucks or anything like that. It's just one of those things that people seem to either love or hate. People love the Sophie scarf. You see practically everybody knitting it. Who's it by? Is it by Petite Knits? I think it's by Petite Knits, but don't quote me on that. And then you have so many people who won't knit it purposely because it is so popular. And it's just so popular that people refuse to knit it. And I was thinking, I got to talk about the Sophie scarf. And that's why I turned this on to begin with. But then I started talking about everything else. And I just forgot. I really feel the need to do this. Like, I feel like I'm doing something behind my steering wheel that you can't see. And just, I'm sitting here making a video and I'm knitting and talking. I just think people should see me knitting. You know what I mean? But instead I'm like this. I do a lot of videoing from my car. So I really do need to arrange this. I should be able to take this off. Why can't we take our steering wheels off and then just pop them back on? I mean, I can adjust it. I don't think that'll be enough though. Because here I am here. I bring it down. I'm not going to. Then you got to find your sweet spot again. I'm not doing that. Oh, I should have brought that little camera that I use on my visor when I'm driving. And I could sit it down here and have it pointing at my hands. And then when I put this video up, I can do a little box in the corner of me knitting. Next time. I'll experiment with that next time. What was I saying? The Sophie scarf. There's a lot of controversial things out there in the knitting community. Actually, some people have even made videos. My hot takes on the knitting stuff. I never understood that term, hot takes. Hot takes. Who made that up? They just you know what they are? They're not hot takes. Your unpopular opinion, like, because everybody seems to think this should be this or that should be that or this is great and you don't think so. That's not a hot take. That's your opinion. That's maybe an unpopular opinion, but it's your opinion. Just call it what it is. And then these people, I shouldn't be doing this. Someone's going to watch my video and be like, I do that. You know what? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Do not misunderstand me. I'm sure I do stuff. Oh, I know I do. So, no, believe me, I'm not above any. I am not looking down on anybody. I could make a video talking about myself. Maybe I'll do that, actually. People are nervous, and rightfully so. I have been there. You know, some people come at you on YouTube They think they got something on you, or you've done something wrong, or that might even remotely have evidence that there might be something. People are horrible on the internet. They are mean and nasty creatures. It's just like drivers. You have people who are the nicest people in the world, on earth, and you put them in a car behind the wheel and they turn into asswipes. It's the same online. So if someone's going to talk about something that may have people come at them, I totally understand them being nervous. So don't misunderstand what I'm about to say. But most of the time when I've seen my hot takes on, I'm talking about the knitting community, but I'm sure there are the same thing in other types of channels as well. They will spend like 15 minutes, it feels like forever. Now remember, this is all in good fun. Now remember, it's okay for us to disagree. Now remember, this is just my opinion, don't come at me. Now remember, if you're that afraid, then don't do it. I get so frustrated watching the beginning of these videos. Like, okay, obviously you want to do it, but you're afraid, you're nervous. But you don't spend 30 friggin' minutes covering your ass. It drives me nuts. If you're going to say something that you think may not be too popular, then you have to be bulletproof. Or just don't do it. Right? I do understand why they do it, though. I understand the nervousness. I totally do. But it does. I lose patience. I don't mind. Say something at the beginning, but make it quick. Because let me tell you something. If people are going to come at you, they're going to anyway. So anyway, now remember, this is all in good fun. I do not like the Sophie scarf, and I do not understand why people are making it. And that's not just the Sophie scarf. I'm not picking on, I think it's Petite Knits, whoever it is that wrote that pattern. I'm talking about all the scarves out there, and there are plenty of those little tiny scarves. I think they are just ridiculous. I really do. I think they're ridiculous. For a while, people were calling them shawls. Because they happen to be like triangle or something. But I'm sorry. If you can't put it around yourself and it's hanging down your back, it's not a shawl. It's I'm going to say scarf, but once you reach a certain size of smallness, can you really even call it a scarf? I don't know. It's a little necktie thing. It goes around your neck and it ties. It's a necktie, right? I don't know. That's my opinion. Obviously. Whatever. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. That's mine. I don't like those scarves. I don't know why people make them. And I always wonder how many people really wear them. I mean, aside from for their videos. I don't know. There's some other things too, only I can't remember them because I was so on the scarf. But there are other things too that I'm like, really? Are you really wearing that? Do you really go around wearing that? I have seen videos and they're nice things. I'm not even saying they're not nice things, but they're not things that you would see your average person wearing around, and yet people are making so many of them. I'm saying to myself, what are you doing with them all? Are they all going into a cedar chest somewhere so your kids can throw them out or give them to Goodwill when you die? Because I don't know. I can see where people would, like a shawl. If it's a really elegant shawl, it would go nice over an evening dress, like if you're going to a wedding. It's chilly out, things like that. But I don't see many shawls out when I'm out and about in the winter, in the fall, or anytime. Again, could be regional. But I have to, when I talk, I'm talking about my little world. And I don't make a million disclaimers. If I'm watching a person I'm going to just pick a place, just pick a place out of thin air. France. They don't have to tell me that This is might be regional. This is in France, just in France. They don't, they shouldn't have to tell me that. I should be smart enough to know that they're talking about their world and they're in France. But people always feel the need to say that, like they have to put that disclaimer out. And I find myself doing it as well. But I know that it's you shouldn't have to tell people that. In knitting, the knitting community, there's a lot of that between inches and centimeters. And I talk to YouTubers as I'm watching their videos if they can hear me. You don't have to tell me that. That's okay. That's not your problem. That's the viewer's problem. If you're in a country that doesn't use inches, which I believe is everyone but us, that's our problem. That's not your problem. And if you're saying something is a certain amount of centimeters, it's up to us to Google it and figure it out for our own self. And sometimes people, I see them get a little stressed about it. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what it is in inches. I'll have to look it up and stuff. Like, calm down. You're videoing about your life in your little world, your little corner of the world. If other people want to watch you, it's up to them to do their homework. Not you. It's not up to you. I don't go looking for centimeters. I'm in America. I'm in the US. We do inches. I tell you how many inches something is. If you want to know how many centimeters that is, look it up. Google it. It's not my problem. I do have to throw out there, though, I remember when I was a kid in grade school, so we're going back quite some years, and they came out for the very first time ever with the rulers that they hand out to people, because back then they actually gave us our supplies at school. And I remember the first year, the ruler on each side, one side was inches and one side was centimeters. And we were like, what's this? And they were trying to get the US to join the rest of the world in centimeters. So they were starting with us in grade school, trying to teach us. That didn't work out, because here we are. We still have stuff. Most of our rulers have both on them. Then they came out with the 2-liter tonic bottles. So we have little things here and there, but it never totally took off. And that's sad. I think it should have, just because it would be nice if we were all on the same page. And when you have only one person not there, I think they're the ones that have to keep up, and that's us. I think where they made their mistake, and I'm not the expert, obviously, but in my humble opinion, I don't think they should have had both. I think they should have taken away the inches. At that young age, just have us learn the centimeters, and all that, the metric system. Because kids are sponges, we would have picked it right up. But because we went home to our parents and everyone using the US measurements, and then there we are in school with them both, of course we're going to go to the one that's the most, I think that would have worked better anyway. Don't give us a choice. Don't give us both. Put them there, make you learn it. Some of it I know better now, a little bit, just because of my knitting, Yeah. But that's just my opinion. Like, Christ, what are we, a generation now? 2 generations out from that now. Because you figure my grandchildren. I'll have to ask them, like, what are you guys doing in school with that? I'm going to ask my grandkids, what's going on now? Like, maybe they are now doing it. I don't know. How'd I get on that? Now I'm looking at my gun. I'm looking at everything now. Anyway, I don't know how I got on that. This is, yeah, 45 minutes. This is one of those videos where I just rambled on. That's okay. When I made this channel, in the little section where you describe your channel, I forget exactly what I said, but I said something to the effect that I do just think out loud and ramble on sometimes. And, you know, that's not your cup of tea. You're in the wrong place. Let them know ahead of time. I'm sure sooner or later I'll get a comment saying this is a waste of space. That's okay. I know that. This is my channel. This is what I created it for. You want to watch? You're invited to watch. If not, whatever. You're not my target audience then, are you? Oh, goodness me. If I had to come up with actual stuff, then I would not be able to have this channel. I don't get enough of anything done fast enough too. And I'm not out doing stuff often enough too. I wouldn't have anything, you know what I mean? But I do enjoy just talking to you, talking out loud. It's great therapy. It helps you work things out. And I don't feel like it's like talking into space because I get responses. I know I am actually talking to people out there. I do have a few friends that do watch and they comment on my channel or they private message me, or, you know, depending on the topic and or what they want to say. So I do feel like I'm sitting here chatting with a friend. So, you know, that's all. There used to be a lot of vloggers, a lot of videos like this back in the day when YouTube only gave us 10 or 15 minutes though. And we were all talking back and forth, and that's about what we did. Just kind of like us. It was almost like we were all sitting in a room just chatting, except we were making our videos and then we were replying to each other's videos, because at the time you could do video responses. People could actually make a little video and attach it onto my channel with this video, you know what I mean? So it was a lot of just useless chattering, but we were all enjoying it. Now there's not so many. Now you have to have a focus, and you're going to be an influencer, and you're going to sell all this, I don't know, makeup. Makeup's a huge one for influencing. What else? Makeup, food. Some of them are all just on hauls. Just hauls. They practically live at the dollar store, Temu. It's all about the hauls. There are some other ones I can't even think of now. But there are very few that click that button and say, so, how's it going? I miss that. I miss those days. We had fun. Anyways, it's really anyway. Anyways. I QA myself all the time because that's what I do. I work in quality control for a company, and I QA the emails that go out and the texting and other things as well. So I'm kind of grammar sensitive, but I'm not perfect either, of course. I think if you walk around being absolutely perfect with your grammar, you're just going to sound pompous. You can have bad enough grammar that you sound awful. It can also be too perfect that you sound like, okay, get over yourself, you know what I mean? But I catch myself sometimes, you know, because, hey, oh, can you hear it? Tick, 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 tick. It's supposed to rain heavier this afternoon. It's starting to pick up. Next week, it's supposed to be in the 80s. We're supposed to hit 90 a couple of days. I'm going to come here to the river with my knitting, and I'm going to pull my chair out. I've got a chair a chair and a wide brim hat in the back of my car. And I bought them so I could do give me a second. Urban sketching. I never did use them for that. I will use them for my knitting. I'm a little shy about painting and drawing in front of people, but not so much knitting. So maybe I'll do that next week. I got to take my chair out. When I first got it, I put it up, and then I put it down and put it in this little bag. But I want to practice again to make sure I can do it smooth and not pull it out on the grass and be fumbling around with it and everything in front of people. Yes, you will be amazed at how easily I get embarrassed. And then on the other hand, on the flip side, you'll be amazed at what I'll do and not give a crap, where other people would be like, shh. But the same, you know, it's like we all have our things, right? But that's one of them. I won't do that. I'll be embarrassed. I want to know that I can pull it out, put it up. If not, I'll get another chair. I'll go buy one that I can. I get little fuzzies floating around in my car, probably from the yarn. I'm still talking. And today's Thursday. Now see, because I was thinking I'm going to make a video once a week on the weekend, but now here it is Thursday and I'm blathering on. I could wait and put this up over the weekend, just make this my weekend video. But I want to show you my knitting over the weekend. Of course, I don't really, seriously, I have what I just showed you here. And I have, my sweater looks the same. It's just this much longer. So maybe I won't worry about it. I think I have a fear that I'm going to talk and talk and talk and then not have anything to make a video on, which is stupid because I could sit here and start talking about a blade of grass in front of me. I'm going. I don't know what time it is because I'm using my car is off. Oh, really? It's 3:19. Got done with work at about 1:30. I think I got here about 2, quarter to 2. Yeah, I'll sit a little longer, drink my tea, do a couple of rows, go to the supermarket, and go home. No, I'm not going to start talking now. It's an hour. I just thought of something I did want to tell you about and I forgot. You know why? Because I'm remembering my notes at home. I'll make another video this weekend sometime and we'll talk some more. I'll tell you about my squirrel. Okay. Stay groovy.